What's up, guys? Here we are, Phillips, Wisconsin. Yes, no, we are not early season, we're not late season, we are end of June. And it's cold, guys, like 51 degrees, wind's blowing. I've got every article of clothing that I brought up here to come spend some time with ST Croix guys. So we're gonna do a little musky fishing today. That's right, musky fishing. Waiting on my boy Gavin to come pick me up. You can see the water back there. The Elk River chain, Phillips, Wisconsin. It's about 20 miles south of Park Falls. And we tried a few times before coming up here, see if we can connect with one. So let's wait on Gavin and hopefully he can put me on a big old muskie. Let's see. All right, guys, Gavin's here. And Gavin, if you guys don't know, muskie enthusiast. Even more importantly, one of the masterminds behind the scene, engineer for ST Croix, responsible for a lot of the great rods that come out. So, just so people believe me, what time of the year is it?
It's summertime.
It's summertime. We're like June 22nd. It's like 51 degrees. The wind's blowing. Got every article of clothing that I brought with me. Even brought me some more because it's guys, we're going musky fishing. So you can see the baits that this guy brought. Yeah, I don't know about all this. We've been before. It's time to catch one. So let's hit the water and see what happens. All right, guys, we're on the water. So Gavin, big front just came in yesterday, a lot of rain. Temperature dropped like 30 degrees from yesterday. So what's kind of the game plan? You know, with bass, largemouth bass, they'd be a little tough to catch post-frontal, but water temp really hadn't changed that much. So what's kind of the game plan today for muskie?
Biggest thing, kind of like, I just put in a lot of seeds, so.
Y'all good. We won't judge.
Biggest thing with cold fronts, muskie, kind of like bass, is the fish burying the weeds. So we'll be fishing a lot of really shallow water. Just trying to wake them up a little bit with baits and get them to react.
Yep.
So that's basically where we're gonna start. With the sun being out a little bit, that's definitely gonna help us, but you just never know with these fish.
Yeah. Never know with muskie. Bass kind of the same way. I don't know, let's see what happens. Let's go fishing. All right, so midday update. Like right when we got here, back there. Right when we got here, I had one eat like a big giant spinnerbait. This is what he's got me throwing right here. It's like a big, it's like, actually they call this a small spinnerbait, high pressure. But he's got some stuff in here. Like what the hell is that? Yeah, what is that?
Little musky bait.
It's called a little musky bait. It's got some big hooks on it. I don't know, it kind of looks like a
Boilermaker.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Penn State cheerleader with the pom-poms on the back of it. Call this the little bastard. He's got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's like, this looks like something out of a Batman movie, right? Looks like the Joker. I'd call that one the Joker, right? Sure. Yeah, I'd call that one the Joker. But no muskie yet. Had one eat. Had a pike on. He actually caught a little smallmouth on a big bait. We're gonna keep plugging around. Windy, chilly, little rain on and off. So, and look, a lot of the rods we can't really show you guys because this is kind of his job. So a lot of the rods in the boat are prototypes. I think there's only one rod we can show y'all. We'll show that one to you in a little bit, but that's because that's his job, you know, prototyping and making sure everything's right. So we're gonna keep on musky fishing. I don't know, this one's kind of pretty. I think I'm gonna call that one the Joker. Yes. Keep on plugging along, musky fishing. Well, I gotta show this to y'all. Because he said he's going to the big and slow. Give me that thing. What in the Wisconsin heck? This is definitely one to keep away from the girlfriend. You know what I mean? Just saying, big and slow. He's probably gonna catch a big one now. We'll see. All right, so Gavin's throwing some weird cheese state.
You guys use frogs, don't you?
That's a frog, but you just said they ate crappie. Now, you guys, look at this. I want you to watch when he pulls this bait up here. Hold on, you gotta show this to me. Show this to the crowd. Wait till you guys see this. Oh my goodness.
Just like a frog.
It looks just like a frog. but bigger.
A little bigger.
Yeah, let me see it. Show me that bait. I mean, yeah. Gavin, explain that one to me. Well, you said they eat crappie.
Just like a big bass.
Just like a big bass. Yeah. Time to catch one. Come on. All right, guys. Agony of defeat.
That's musky fishing.
It's musky fishing, the fish of, what do they say, 100,000 casts? We're going to call it 100.
Yeah,
we're
close to that.
10,000 casts, guys. I mean, we threw wahoos, woolly boogers, rats chasing tennis shoes, jokers,
Egg-sucking leech.
egg-sucking leeches, and the ones that you don't want to give your girlfriend. So we did everything we could, you know. It was just high pressure, post frontal, but had a blast. So I'm not a musky fisherman. I'd give myself a solid C- for my performance today, just because we're here and not sitting at home. So Wisconsin, guys, always a pleasure to come up here, do something a little bit different. So Gavin, as I told you guys before, engineer for St. Croix. So a lot of these rods we cannot show you because a lot of them that we were fishing with today is in prototype stage because that's his job. So, but for the beginner, Gavin, if there's one setup that if somebody who's never musky fished lives around them, so what would you suggest as far as rod, reel, bait, and setup?
Sure. And just to make it simple, if you're already into bass fishing, a heavy power or extra heavy power bass rod works. 250, 300 size reels work perfect. And then if you're on the musky side, typically a medium or a medium heavy power with a fast action works great. That's just, to me, that's the all-around starter rod. It works great for bucktails, topwater. You can use it for twitch baits, some smaller stuff. But that's preferably and usually where I tell people to start with, and they can always advance their arsenal from there.
Good deal. Well, you got one right here you're going to show us, right?
Yeah, so we have a Legend Tournament downsizer. This is a medium power fast action, great for smaller bucktails. Number 8 Colorado, number 7 Colorado, somewhere in there. Number 7 Indiana's works great for those smaller bucktails, smaller topwater.
What kind of line you got on there?
Yeah, so the line doesn't really matter manufacturer, but I prefer the Daiwa J-Braid. 65 or 80 pound is what most people run. If you're running big rubber and bigger baits, you can bump up to 100, 120 pound, but typically that 65 or 80 pound is the set in stone standard.
Gotcha. Well, it's a great setup, guys. I mean, if you're looking to get into musky fishing for the first time, make sure you get you one of those Legend tournaments. But, you know, I'm going to tell you this. You know, I went to the gym earlier today, and so I'm hurting now after this day. If I'd have known musky fishing was going to be this vigorous, I probably didn't need to go this morning. So it'll give you a workout. We didn't get any bites today. We had bad conditions, but it was fun doing it. And it's just the anticipation of every cast of one of these giant musky fish of a lifetime coming up. So, but it won't be the last time we're going to do this. We're going to do it again. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Didn't have GoPros or anything like that. Thank goodness we've never caught a fish. That would have really stunk if we'd have got a fish catch and didn't have it. I just didn't travel with them this year. But all right, but Gavin, thank you for taking me, bro. Love it here in Wisconsin. If you guys ever get a chance to come up here, make sure you take a tour of St. Croix Rods factory store, the factory, Park Falls, Wisconsin. It never disappoints. And yes, we're still in, you know, long sleeves. It's a chilly day, end of June, and it was a little bit nipply today. So, all right, guys, see you guys next time. Dream big.